Hey everybody, it is October 10th and we're about to go and do some harvesting. We actually wanted to get the garden a little more turned over for the winter time. So we're going to go ahead and pull up the sweet potatoes. This is the great sweet potato dig today, and we're going to harvest some tomatoes that Chelsea I think is going to pickle. Our tomatoes for some reason this year did not turn red. Most didn't ripen all the way. We have a lot of green tomatoes, so we're thinking about making some pickled green tomatoes. We found some cool recipes online, and so that's what we're going to do depending on what we see out there and how many tomatoes we actually have available. So we will accomplish that, dig up those sweet potatoes, and see what's going on in the pepper bed, because we may harvest a lot of that too. But that's the plan for the day. But me and Chelsea are throwing on our clothes so we can go out here and dig up the sweet potatoes. And I'll actually do a quick garden tour so you can see what's going on in the garden right now as of since the last time you saw us, when we planted the collard greens and turnips and mustard greens and all that cool stuff. So we gonna get into it. Right now, let's go. Get your clothes, get your shoes on. Get your shoes on, we're about to go. Real quick before we get started, I wanted to do a quick tour of like where the garden is and what we're seeing going on in here. So the watermelon is actually thriving now, which I find hilarious because it's starting to get cold, but we have so many more watermelons here. Little babies growing on here. So we're gonna leave these in and just see what we can get, because the old batch of watermelons we really weren't able to see thrive. I'm actually just gonna take this one out, it's dying. We weren't able to see thrive because I think they were really just kind of wishing for space. This one's already about as big as the ones we were really getting consistently, so I'm curious to see how much bigger this one grows. I'll yank up these little guys. These are weeds here. There's a couple of weeds, get those out of there. But these guys are looking good. Got some right here on the end. They're thriving pretty well. Yeah, that's a lot. So I'm curious to see how these actually end up doing. There's some little baby watermelons chilling in there. So we'll give them some time and see how they do. But then over here, did we put kale? No, we put collard greens here, I believe. We got collards here, and you can see the little seedlings coming up. So these guys are getting nice and big. And then we've got our kale that's growing in right in this section. We got to be careful of these strawberries so they don't trail over these, but so far so good. We're happy with what we're seeing, and these that we just showed you are already ready to be pulled out. Honestly, they're pretty big. We'll see how those are looking too. Over here we still have a bunch of peppers, so Chelsea and I are going to look through these peppers, see what we can pick, see what we want to do. The cold weather is just, you know, they're only going to thrive so much in the weather we have now. Really getting to some peak fall weather. Here we have turnips. So very similar in shape of these little seedlings. Looking good, looking cute. They're growing and they're nicely spaced out. So we'll see how these do. I'm not sure what that kind of looks like a hush cherry plant growing, but we'll keep an eye on that just in case. These are our sweet potatoes. This is what we're digging up today. You can see these leaves are dying back. Curious to see what critters we find in here, but this should be an interesting dig. But this is what we're going to pull up, and we'll keep you guys in the loop on exactly what we find. We'll make sure that we show you. It looks like we got some little critters eating at this, so we're going to go ahead and pull this up. On this side were the mustard greens. Yeah, so just like the kale, just like the collards, these are growing in nice and strong. So we're curious to see the time frame on what these will look like for us. But so far so good. We're pleased with what we're seeing. And then here we have our potatoes. This is what I mentioned earlier that we're going to try and go ahead and pull up. Ideally, we'd love to throw some garlic in here. Now today we probably won't plant the garlic, only because we'd like to get some nice compost to kind of add some feed here for those garlic plants. So we already got some in the mail. We're going to be using those. They're ready to go, so we're just gonna grab some compost probably in the next couple of days, and we'll come back out here and get that garlic in here. So there's quite a few tomatoes on here. We'll see what's actually salvageable. This is definitely dying back quite a bit as it cools down out here. But on the inside, I'm seeing some pretty large ones. You can actually see these here. Nice and large. I'm seeing some about that size and bigger on the inside, and some ripened red ones in there. So we'll pull all those out. And then last pieces here, we do still have some eggplant growing. I see some bug damage on that one, so we may have to go ahead and pull that out. We'll see. And then we have our broccoli and our cauliflower here doing pretty well. I'm really excited to see how this grows. I've never grown broccoli or cauliflower at all, not even at our parents' house before. So this should be fun. Broccoli right here. Got some cauliflower on this end too. See a little bug damage here, so we'll see if this is gonna make it through. Bugs are definitely eating at these, but as things cool down, we'll see a little bit less of that hopefully. But if we need to treat them with some pepper spray, we will. We'll keep an eye on them. Chelsea's already getting started on getting those peppers picked out, so I'm gonna go help her do that, and we'll get that cleared out. We'll likely harvest those radishes if they're ready, and then we'll get on this sweet potato dig. That's what I was
Oh. In case when we pull this up there. Oh my god! Are you serious? Bruh! Oh, this one's split.
Well,
oh,
you
they're
could probably
split.
You may have left them out too long. But Chelsea, how
my
cool
God.
we did it. We
Yeah,
did
we
it.
can keep this one. But
This one's okay.
Really did grow.
Yeah, we can compost
Yeah,
that.
we'll like we'll just pull them all up.
Chelsea, look how cool.
Hey, we'll
this
keep
is.
digging, huh? Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, be careful. That one kind
This
of
one's
broke.
kinda, yeah.
All right, this one looks okay.
Okay. I'm just curious to see how far
It's still so cool.
It's just the fact that we did it.